Emma Brown and the Inside Outlaws. That was recorded live right here on Cumberland Country a little while back. That was Bayou. Just ran into Alabama not too long ago. She just had a baby, and they're actually getting the band back together, and she's going to be out there playing for us before too long. I'm looking forward to having her back on the show. All right. Second hour of Cumberland Country. I'm really excited here. I've got Miss Meadow Ryann from Charlestown, Indiana, singer-songwriter extraordinaire, and she's only 13 years old. How you doing, Meadow?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. I just saw you last weekend.
Yeah, you did.
You were out at Blake Stamper's third annual Hickabilly Beach Bash, and you did a little acoustic set. Did you have a lot of fun?
I had a ton of fun. It was great.
Yeah. You know what? There was a lot of great bands out there, and Meadow was out there, and I think the most fun we had though was at the end of the night when we all sat around the bonfire.
That was definitely that was the highlight of the night for sure. It was a lot of fun.
And we did an old-fashioned guitar pool where we all played our own music, and it was a lot of fun. And I tell you what, I mean, being 13, Meadow, you fit right in there with us old people.
It was really intimidating. I was really nervous. I was like, everyone was writing these songs that were just so detailed and just deep, and I was like, I write songs about 13-year-olds.
Well, you know what?
But everyone liked it, and I was so happy that everyone like accepted it. It was not a crowd that judged other people. No. It was a lot of fun.
And you know what? You have nothing to worry about there, because I think your music stands up. I mean, of course, you're going to appeal to 13-year-olds, but you know what? I think your music appeals to a wider audience too.
Thank you.
I am glad to have you on the show. You ran into a little traffic getting to the studio.
I did, yeah. We got lost. Our GPS went crazy.
Well, that's okay, but you got here. That's what's important.
Yeah.
But let's talk for a second here. I'm really interested about when you actually started playing music. It couldn't have been that long ago.
It wasn't that long ago. A couple years, about 2 to 3 years ago, I never played before, never sang before, and I begged my mom to take me to a karaoke night.
Oh, yeah?
And she finally did. And it was a couple weeks before school started, my 5th grade year, I would say. Mm-hmm. And I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. And, I got up on stage and just belted out a Journey song. And my mom was like, oh, my gosh, And people were videotaping. And I was young and I didn't know. Like, I was like, why are people videotaping me? I can't be that good. But
right.
It was crazy, and there was a talent scout there, and he invited me to go to a competition the next day, and it just kind of all started from there. And I picked up the guitar, picked up other instruments along the way. So yeah.
Right. Now, are you a self-taught guitar player, or do you take lessons? Or?
Well, when I was very young, like I said, a couple years ago, I did take a couple lessons just to learn the chords and what to do and where to put my hands and everything. And I took a couple lessons, and then from then on, I haven't taken a lesson since. I haven't taken a lesson about 2 years, and I've never taken a vocal lesson. So yeah.
All right. Do you remember writing? I mean, you do write your own music.
I do write my own music,
and that's one of the great things, And I was talking to Fender on the air about you, before you got here, and we were talking about the fact that you're 13, you play an instrument, you write your own songs, and you know what? And you write good songs.
Thank you.
I've heard quite a few of them. Do you remember writing that very first song?
I do. Oh goodness. Yeah, when people ask me my first song that I wrote, I don't ever say the actual first song I wrote.
Okay.
Because it was a summer camp that I went to, and it was called music camp, and it was before I ever played guitar or sang or anything. I just found music interesting, and they had us write songs, and it was the first song I ever wrote, and to this day I won't listen to it just because it's like so 9-year-old stuff, and it just is. But everyone liked it, and then the first real actual song that I will play out that I wrote about a year later, and a crazy thing happened that night, and my mom was like, you need to write a song, and I think tonight's the night you need to start writing, and so I did. And yeah, I remember the first song I wrote.
Well, great. And we're going to talk a little bit more about your writing and some of your influences and stuff like that in a little bit. But I want to kick off the show with a live song. And, our plan today was to play some cuts that you've recorded. I don't know if we're going to get to that. We're having some trouble with our computer here, but we've got you here and you've got your guitar, so no problem. So kick off the show with a live song.
All right.
What are you going to play for us?
This is called "That Is Love," and I wrote it not too long ago, and this is one of my favorites. So I hope you guys like it.
All right, Meadow Ryann, "That Is Love."
Brown eyes, that is love, that is love. When you're spinning around in that brand new dress, can't get him out of your head, that is love. That is love. Broken, I thought I was broken. Saw the mending they could do. That is love. That is love. When you can't fall asleep at night without looking at him one more time, that is love. Love, that is love. Oh, 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 oh. You're in love. Spinning around in that brand new dress, can't get him out of your head. When you can't fall asleep at night without looking at him one more time. When you're writing about all the things he does that once made you fall in love. That is love. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh,
All right. I like that one.
Thank you.
Is that a true story?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We are back live on Cumberland Country with Meadow Ryann. Well, we've been live. Meadow's a 13-year-old singer-songwriter from right across the river in Charlestown, Indiana. Meadow, we were talking a little bit about, you getting started in music, and I'm interested, though. Well, first, before I ask you about your influences, what kind of music does 13-year-old Meadow Ryann listen to when you just want to enjoy music?
This is going to be really confusing to some people.
Okay.
I write country songs.
Right.
I sing country songs.
Okay.
I don't listen to country music on a regular basis at all. I'm really into the indie pop kind of thing, and just this couple days ago, I went to this thing called Warped Tour, and it's
right,
like hard rock music from unknown bands that really no one's really heard of. And that's the kind of music I'm into, and that seems really weird to me, at least, because that's not the kind of music I try to sing or write, but that's the kind of music that I enjoy.
Right. Okay.
So yeah.
Well, I guess this will be an interesting question then. From a writing standpoint, who are your influences?
From a writing standpoint, but the major influence that has like impacted me the most in my writing is definitely Taylor Swift, and that seems so typical for a 13-year-old girl to say, but it's true. She has such a great she writes so well, and I would love to write like her, and a lot of people say that I do write like her, and I really appreciate that. I also really look up to Ed Sheeran as well, which he's kind of like a Taylor Swift in a male kind of version, kind of, and I really like him. And the other one that I really do like a lot, which is more the indie pop that I was talking about a minute ago, his name is Christopher Drew, and he is my all-time favorite person in the world besides my mom, but he's like my favorite person and my favorite artist and my favorite everything, favorite voice. So yeah, those are the main people that I really look up to.
Well, all right. Do you write any songs in the indie pop vein?
Indie pop, a couple. That one that I just sang was the one that I really thought was the most different from anything I've ever written. I wrote another one the exact same day that I wrote That Is Love, and that one's kind of indie pop. I wrote another one a long time ago called Open Your Eyes that my mom did send to you if we can get the files or whatever. That's kind of indie popish, but I don't normally write that. I try to, but it just doesn't work as well as I would like it to.
Okay, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and play that one. What did you say it was called?
It's called Open Your Eyes.